Hello, AronRa. If you're watching this, thank you for your time. First, let me just comment that I am one of those who was under the mistaken impression that your first name is in fact pronounced Aaron before you set the record straight, so I'm sorry about that. I didn't think it was some kind of misspelling, though. It never crossed my mind that it might be your actual name. I thought it was just a username chosen as an allusion to AronRa, one of the gods worshipped in ancient Egypt. If nothing else, I surely deserve a little credit for originality. But now to my question. In previous videos, you had to set Gear up straight on a few nuances in his interpretation of Ida, including the monkey fossil found in the same pit, a fossil dated 2 million years older. As I understand it, however crude my understanding may be, fossilization requires anaerobic environmental conditions like those established when a dead animal's or plant's remains are buried under sediments. Sediments carried into the remains by water currents. This has to happen before these remains are lost to a combination of other animals feeding and decomposition. So the accumulation of sediments in this pit would have had to have happened quickly enough to cover the monkey before it decomposed, but slowly enough to ensure that there was still room in the pit for Ida 2 million years later. Maybe there were environmental changes which precipitated changes in the rate of sediment accumulation, but it seems to me that for these changes to be significant enough to have this effect, they would most likely have led to changes in the composition of that sediment, which would mean that the monkey and Ida would have been fossilized in different layers. Either that, or they would have to be a pretty significant distance from one another, which would make for a rather large pit. So if you could, please answer one of two questions. Which of these is most likely the case, or what's wrong with my understanding? Again, thank you for your time. And by the way, nice shades.